Hi, I'm Peter Capaldi. I play the Doctor, and you're watching EMS Productions.
Hello everybody and welcome along to today's video where I'm just going to talk about a bit of the news that we heard over the last weekend, that there is going to be a three-part story in the middle of Series 10. So we saw an interview over the weekend from Toby Whithouse, who is the writer of Episode 8 of this upcoming series, who had confirmed that he was writing the third part of a three-part epic story that will sort of fall in the middle of Series 10. And interestingly, this is going to be a story written by three different writers, as we have Episode 6 being written by Stephen Moffat, Episode 7 by Peter Harness, and Episode 8 by Toby Whithouse. So it's interesting to see that we're going to have potentially a three-part story written by three different people. Now, of course, this isn't completely unprecedented, because in Series 9 we had the link stories in the middle of the series with The Girl Who Died and The Woman Who Lived, written by two different people, with Jamie Mathieson and Catherine Jenner writing those. But they weren't they were only linked stories. They weren't meant to be really a continuation of the same story or anything. So I wonder if we're going to have a similar sort of thing this time around, where although they're linked stories, they're not necessarily just a conventional sort of each part of a story with one following on from the other like we often have in a normal two-parter. Now, it seems that these three episodes are going to be focused around these new sort of monks characters that these creepy looking monks with this sort of mouldy faces that we've seen a few shots of in the trailers and a few filming pictures of as well. We know literally nothing about plotline or anything of these sort of stories other than these monks are turning up in it, and also Missy's going to feature at some point throughout these stories. It was initially thought she was going to be in Episode 6, and only Episode 6, so I'm not sure whether she's just involved in the first part of it, or whether she's actually in all three episodes. The details are very sketchy as to what we really know, just that it's going to be a three-part story written by three different writers. It's set in modern-day Earth, so that sort of... and that links in with a lot of the shots we've seen over in South America as well, so I think at least one of these three episodes are those ones with the pyramids in it, with the Doctor saying "bring it" on the trailer, and those various shots, they definitely seem to be from one of these three episodes. But it does very much sound like something very different and something new, and to have a sort of three-part epic in the middle of the series, I think I'm really looking forward to sort of something like that, because often through the middle of the series it tends to sag a bit, and particularly the viewing figures as well, they tend to drop off in the middle of the series. Sometimes you're running out of budget mid-series to hold back for the finale, so you have some slightly more weaker stories maybe through the middle of the series, so it sounds really promising that they're going sort of all out and going a full-on three-part epic right in the middle of the series to sort of really keep the series going before we head into the finale. And of course, assuming this is a proper sort of three-parter, it'll be the first time pretty much in New Who that we've had it. We've kind of had it at the end of Series 3 and the end of Series 4, when you had, for Series 3, Utopia, which led into the last two parts, and for Series 4, Turn Left, which led into the last two parts. But those were very much sort of stories on their own that just had an ending that linked into the next two episodes, rather than really being all three episodes. That first episode really linked to the whole plot, and the start of this whole plot of the sort of finale each time there. Of course, we could have a similar sort of thing this time, and it could be very much that the episodes are fairly individual, just sort of linked, I don't know, by these monk characters. That might just be the only link, but there's sort of a finish of a story at the end of each one. I really don't know. It's just really exciting to have a little bit of a different prospect, because personally I really like sort of longer stories, multi-part stories with cliffhangers at the end of them, this kind of thing. I really enjoy that, and was really one of the things that I enjoyed about Series 9 a lot. And so I was a little bit disappointed when Moffat said that we're going to have mostly single-part stories, very much just sort of standalone stories for Series 10. Clearly he was lying a little bit, because it seems we're going to have a three-part story, which sounds quite good, and of course we've got the two-part finale as well. So it looks like we've got a couple of multi-episodes of stories to come for Series 10, which I'm quite pleased about. Also, with this news about this being a three-part story focusing around these monks, it does suggest that we're not going to have a Gallifrey story this series. I mean, there has generally been a lot of talk about where's Gallifrey going to fit in again, because it seems quite likely that it's going to turn up somewhere soon again, seeing as it kind of just appeared in Hellbent and then disappeared again. But it doesn't seem at the moment like there's anywhere for it to fit in Series 10, because Episode 1's all the Dalek stuff, Episode 2 is the emoji bot stuff, so that's not happening. Episode 3's the Under the Thames, in that snowy sort of Victorian Thames thing, so that's nothing to do with that. The Haunted Hub, Episode 4, that's one that could be related with David's Suchet, I think his surname's pronounced, I can't even remember. That episode possibly is one that's could be linked to Gallifrey. He said he's got some mysterious character called the Landlord. He said he wasn't a Time Lord, but he could be lying. Who knows? I mean, that seems like the one possible episode, but then it's not written by Stephen Moffat, so it sort of seems less likely, just because it would seem likely that the showrunner is going to write an episode about such an important sort of thing is Gallifrey, and it's only been showrunners that have ever touched that really since the show's come back. Then episode 5 is Jamie Mathieson's sort of something set on a spaceship, it looks like from the trailer, something like that. then the three-part epic, then Rona Munro's episode, The Eaters of Light, which looks like some sort of historical episode maybe from Roman times or something like that, so certainly nothing to do with Gallifrey. Episode 10, Ice War episodes, that's not anything to do with Gallifrey, and then episode 11 and 12 are Cybermen. So unless the end of episode 12 or something, the finale, is suddenly links into a massive Gallifrey story that maybe Capaldi's regeneration story will revolve around Gallifrey. I don't know. I would like to see Gallifrey turn up again somewhere soon, because obviously it was a little bit underused in Hellbent. As much as that wasn't really the focus of the story, it was still a little bit disappointing that it wasn't as fully used as maybe it could have been, and so I would like to see it back fairly soon. But we'll have to see about that. Of course, that could be linked in with, spoiler alert, the rumours that the Doctor, who's now seems to be working at this sort of university that Bill also works at, or something like that, he apparently has some sort of secret hidden underneath the university, or something. He's got some secret room with some big secret. There might be some sort of part of the arc of the series, could be this big secret that he's got hidden underneath the uni. Which could link into Gallifrey, who knows, maybe that's where Gallifrey is hiding, although it's kind of turned up again at the end of the universe. Or, spoiler alert, possibly it could be David Bradley, not Russell Bradley, David Bradley, returning as the First Doctor. He might be hiding under there as well, we don't really know. I mean, this is all speculation, rumours, everything like that, but it's just interesting to think about. So I think it's, who knows whether there's going to be a Gallifrey story in Series 10. It looks unlikely at this stage, but maybe that'll be what they say for Capaldi's regeneration. And well, this video has kind of gone off a little bit of the topic, which was meant to be the three-part story. But quickly to round that up, I'm looking forward to seeing a three-part story again, having something like that. Probably it's more likely to be linked episodes than a sort of a full-on three parts completely linked to completely just the same story sort of thing, just simply because there's three different writers for each of the three parts, so it seems a bit unlikely that they can have just been chatting to each other and purely have it just as multiple parts of the same story. And where will Missy turn up? I haven't a clue. How's she going to get back involved again when she was seemingly captured by the Daleks? She'll probably just... We do know she's just going to give us a one-liner as to how she escaped the Daleks, and then that'll be it. Seems fairly likely given Moffat, which is slightly annoying, but I'll kind of forgive him for that. And of course Missy's turning up at the end of the series as well, so clearly she's not going to die or regenerate mid-series like we thought she might. And while that's just about it for this video, do let me know in the comments below what you think about this prospect of a nice big three-part epic for the middle of the series. Whether you've got any theories on what these monks are and what they're going to be involved with, how Missy's going to get involved as well. Do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read all your theories and thoughts ahead of the series. And that's just about it. Remember to like the video, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you again very soon for another video. Goodbye.